Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I know I have been, away for a while, but I'm here with another video for you all, and I'm happy that you are joining me and you clicked on this video. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Gifty. I do videos on grad school, life as an international student, a whole lot. Stick around and join the family if you are not. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to checking me out. And without further ado, we just go straight to the video today. So today I have with me Kelsey, and I'll let her introduce herself just so I don't butcher anything. So Kelsey, go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey Ahola. I am from Kenya. I am an undergraduate student, and right now I am doing computer science Bachelor of Arts.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So today we are going to be talking about life as an undergraduate international student. So you really want to stick to the very end and watch what Kelsey has to share, and some things that you need to know if you are coming here as an undergraduate student. So we just go straight to the point. I have things written down, so you see me like looking now on my phone, but yeah, that's just like how it is. So we're just gonna go straight into it. How has it been for you in terms of academics? I know people can't wait, so let's just go straight to the point. Like academics as an international undergraduate student, how has it been for you? Maybe you can talk about, you did mention that you are a computer engineering major student, so tell us a little bit about how studies has been for you in the US.
So when I came to the US, I was so sure I can do computer engineering. So I started off my first year as a computer engineer, and by my second year I found out it really wasn't for me. And so I changed to computer science Bachelor of Arts so that it felt more like what I wanted to do. And that's one of the things I loved to have, that I love being in an American university, because back at home I wouldn't be allowed to do that, because if I chose a specific degree I had to finish it. So academics has been a new experience, because back at home it's a competition and everything, but here you need to understand the material, and for you to succeed in class you definitely need the help of your other students. Like we have projects you need to do together to get more to add on to your grade at the end of the class. So it helps you realize what you're going to do later on, because we'll end up working in jobs or we'll have to work with someone else. But if you are so used to it being a competition, you're never going to have your projects done. So it's a new experience, the academic way they do it, like how academic is done in the US. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Now let me take you back to home. What made you to decide to come here to be an international student and as such an undergraduate student? What was that big, turn around for you?
So I think my big turnaround is I interacted with university students when I was younger, and they told me about this school. Once you're small, everyone's telling you about how big this school is, how fun it is, you're going to be doing this and that. So it's always been on my mind. And then so when I got to high school and started understanding what going to university in Kenya entails, I decided it's not going to be for me, because for Kenya, if I wanted to do like a computer science related course, I would have to have done computer studies in school, and probably physics and a ton of other things. But I did do computer science or physics. But in the US, as long as I have my transcripts are okay and my ACT scores are fine, if I want to do engineering and I've never done physics, I can do that. because once I get there, I can choose when to start in order to get my degree. So if I don't have experience in physics, there is a class I could take before I get into it. So that once I knew that, I told my dad, I'm not going to Kenya University. You have to think about how you're going to take me to the US, and I know which one I'm going to. So get ready.
That sounds very interesting. Well, okay, so you made a decision. You came here. So far, studies has been like, an experience for you. Like you're moving through it. Like you're learning new things as and when you go.
It's like starting school again.
It is. I can relate to that. So tell us, like, aside academics, I know like one of the things that our viewers would like to know is like how you survive as an international student who is doing an undergrad program, because it sounds too big in people's minds when you are coming here to do undergrad. And most times we think that undergrad is the stage where you are developing as like into adulthood, like being like a person on your own and standing and making decisions on your own. And as such, coming to a whole place that is like super independent. You have to think on your own, act on your own. Like, how has it been for you moving far away from home and coming here and living here independently as a student?
So it's been, we have this term, I think it's been going around social media, adulting. And I didn't realize that until I was like halfway through my first semester, and then I realized, I am on my own and I need to start adulting. So there I am, I can't every time call home, I'm like, Dad, send me money, I need money for this and that, it's going to take some time for it to move and come and everything, So I found that I could get an on-campus job because I'm an international student, so I get high priority when applying for campus jobs. So I started working on campus. So I have done reception work, I have worked in the dining hall, and I have done custodial work. And it's not that bad because you get paid hourly. Just knowing I've worked this much hours and this is the amount of money that's coming to me. It's nice. And once you get to balance your work time, your class time, and it makes you like do a timetable of what you have to do every day. Mm-hmm. So it makes you plan ahead, and I think it's a good thing because once you go to graduate school, I guess you need to have like another job apart from school. So it's good having like a part-time job during your graduate years, and it's not that hard. You just need to find a job you can relate to, one you can do. And it's not a must to do like more than 10 hours, 5 hours or so can help you get enough pocket
money to take care of you.
Yeah, for coffee or something.
Yeah, I guess adulting is super stressful.
It's super stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing that. So, once you start an on-campus job, you need to start budgeting for the money you get. So you start thinking about what your parents used to do. It's like, I remember earlier this semester I had to file my taxes, and it was a long process. And I kept on thinking, have my parents been doing this since I was young? Like paying my budgeting their bills, like this is going to be this is going to be this, and then when it comes to entering their taxes, they have to remember, I had this amount of money and I did this and then. Parents do a lot.
Yes, we need to give them the credit.
Yeah, that's the moment I realized, wow, being an adult is hard. I think I shouldn't have put my parents through so much trouble that I did. So, yeah, I would say it's an experience, but it's a good experience in my point of view.
It's a good experience.
Yeah.
That sounds very familiar, because I know some people are extremely worried about the fact that living in the US and being like underage, not being able to do things on your own can be a bit stressful, like for you as a student and moving away from home. Now let's talk about friends, like hanging around people. Because I know mostly the setting for undergraduate programs here in the US is more like community. Like you go to the dining hall, I mean, if you want to, but then it's more like set up that way that like you should be able to like use a dining hall. You have like an eatery, you sit together as project members, like a whole lot of things that graduate students or people that we come to the US for graduate students who might not have the opportunity to experience. Now, what would you say about that kind of life? Like what have you learned? What has been like maybe a turnaround? Like, this is weird.
So when I came here, the first thing I had a problem with was food. I wouldn't lie. You go to the dining hall and like, what is that? They have different names than the names you call them back at home. They call duck something else. You're like, it's just duck. Why don't you call it duck? So since I had a roommate, my roommate helped me a lot. So I would say the community experience did help. It won't help everyone, but having someone you can ask a question and like, what is this? Because you come here, everything is so much new. I didn't even know how to use a vacuum, and we don't use vacuums back at home. Why use a vacuum? And then so here you would have to use a vacuum for like your rug or something. And there's so many things you don't know, and having the community around you is a lot of help. And I would say taking advantage of people around you, because everyone is so happy to know where you're from. It's like, how is it back at home? Where are you from? Do you have your native language? And most people here only have one language, it's English. You back at home, like for me, I have 3 languages. I have English, Swahili, and my native tongue. And you tell someone I already have 3 languages, like if I needed another language, I would have to study it in school. So here you're like a rare commodity, I would say. So if you put an effort in interacting with people, like life is going to be good, and it's going to help a lot in transitioning, knowing like going to the supermarket and like you don't know what stuff you need to buy, you don't know which one is the best. You go there, the electronics are different names, the drinks are different names. There are international drinks, but there are drinks. There's a particular ice cream, things you were so used to back at home, because by the time you come here, you're like over 18 years old. For 18 years, you have known this to be like gospel truth back at home. When you come here, everything is different. So I would say the community helps a lot in transitioning and knowing different things and knowing, I would love that. I do not like that. So
yeah, I'm really glad that you're debunking the mentality of bad influence in terms of like coming here and having that community. Back at home, my parents think that this place is like full of drug users, bad people and all that. But I feel like the community that has been set up for undergraduate students is super strong. That if, as you said, if you take advantage of it, you should be able to survive the pressure and be able to go further in your studies here in the US. So yeah, I think that's been an experience for you. I don't know, but can you share a little bit about housing and rent and apartments? Is it different for coming here as an undergraduate student? Because I know graduate students, we have to rent our own apartments, make payments, and we work to make payments, we get stipends and all that. Maybe tell us a little bit about how we pay fees. Then you talk about rent and apartments, housing.
So for an undergraduate student, we have the undergraduate housing. So for undergraduate housing, you pay for the whole semester. So when your bill comes in, you have your tuition fees, other budget fees, then you have the housing fee. And your housing fee, when you're applying for housing, so every time the semester starts, so when you apply for housing, your housing duration starts from fall which is August, till May. That's how long the duration is. So, but you have to pay it twice for the fall semester and the spring semester. So when you apply for housing, so we always apply for housing in the middle of the spring semester for the next semester. So you apply for housing, you get like 4 choices, like you have 5 choices of different housing buildings, I would say. And so you choose the one you want, if you want to have a roommate, if you don't want to have a roommate. And then we have the part where you have to, so on campus here, we have like the meal plan. So you have to choose from 4 different meal plans. So you choose the one you want, and then so by the time you get your bill for the semester, they have so the housing and the food is all together, and your meal plan is on the card, and you just need to swipe in the dining hall and get your food.
Yeah. So how do you fees payments? How do you pay your fees? I guess because I know graduate students, you get scholarship, you get stipends. Do undergraduate programs international students, they get stipends, scholarships?
So
tuition.
So for me, I do have a scholarship. So for my scholarship, once it pays for all my expenses, the refund, so what's remaining comes back to me as a stipend. So it depends. So I do know when you're paying for fees, if you can't pay it all, you can work with the office.
International.
Sorry, it's the financial office to get for you to pay in installments. So it's not that hard. You don't really have to pay your fees all through. But you can pay it in installments. Every month you have to pay this amount of money, and if you want to pay your money, if you have a campus job and you want your money to go directly to you can do that. So all our expenses are put in one bill. So we have the tuition bill and the housing bill, and then they give you a grand total, and then you pay.
Yeah. That's very interesting because for graduate students it's tuition, then your rent is a different thing altogether. Yeah. So you get your rent bills and you get your tuition bills, way different. So I think we've exhausted most of the things that people worry about, and I believe a lot of people, and some maybe watching us, do worry about how it is to survive as an undergraduate student here. And I think you are an example, and as you can see, she's doing very well, very, very well. So what would be that thing that you would say if you knew much earlier, it would have really helped you with your stay here? And then what would be that one thing that you'd like to share to other people that are coming here, people that are already staying here as undergraduate students? I mean, based on your own experience, I guess.
I would say I wasn't I wasn't sure about the success center. Getting help to do your homework and everything. I came here knowing, I'm going to be fine. But there's a problem. Especially maths. It's a different kind of maths than what you learned back at home. And having someone to help you get used to that is a good thing. And just learning to use all the resources you have, because I don't think back at home universities have this amount of resources they have. We have the Success Center, we have for the computer students, the engineering, the math department, the language department. We have so many help centers to help you study. You have the counseling center for your mental health, and you have so many people you can talk to. For international students, we have the Office of International Programs that helps you with all your visa problems and any problem you have.
Yeah.
You have your academic advisor. I don't think back at home people have academic advisors to tell you, okay, you can take this class next or not. So as an undergraduate student, my first semester I didn't use all the resources to the fullest. If I had known that would be how I had to survive in school, I would have done that. But right now, knowing all the resources that I have, I feel more relaxed, more up to the task. And I think it's like whenever you have a problem here, there's always someone who can help you out with it. So coming to the US, is it going to be entirely foreign? Like right now, I do know we we have the African society, and it's great help. You can always call and ask, okay, I need a new phone. Where can I get a new phone? Because there are so many resources that can help you with. People who have been here before you and are Africans and have experienced what you have experienced are a good place to get advice.
Yeah.
So if I knew about all the resources I had, I would have used them better. But now that I know, I think.
Yeah, you're using them more. So
yeah.
You're doing much better.
I would say coming here, you would have the best mentality to have is to learn. Just know that you don't know anything. It's like you're starting school all over again. You're in class one, your parents have just dropped you at school the first time. So that's the best mentality to have, and always ask questions.
I think that's a big problem for Africans.
Yeah, for Africans, you rarely ask questions. It's not easy to tell someone, "Oh, my day is so bad. Help me with this." I even realized Africans, we don't really take it seriously, mental health, and it's something that happens. You just didn't know it. Back at home, someone will tell you you're lazy or something, but you have something. You need to take care of your mental health. Mm-hmm. So in everything you need to do is always ask questions. Have no fear of reaching out, and no one's going to criticize you that much. Everyone is here to help, and just yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think one thing is we sometimes just concern ourselves about what other people think too much.
Yeah.
And sometimes coming from all the way from home, we are worried about living here, accent, and all of that's really chill. It's not that hard. You'll get through it. So you'll be fine. That's it. Kelsey's fine. I'm fine. You'll be fine.
It's it's hard not to think about what people are thinking about you, but I think the best thing to do is to try to, when you okay, people are going to think of me in a certain way if I do this, then find out if there's another way to do what you think people are going to think badly about you. Find out what's the better way to do it. It's not too late to ask questions. It's not too late to reach out for help. And I think this is the best experience I've had in my life. And if I would go back in time and then be asked again, I think I would still want to do this. So
yeah. That's very interesting. Very, very, very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for coming on this channel to share your experience. It's been super, super helpful. And I have learned, and I hope you have learned watching this video to the end. If you have any question that you'd like to ask Kelsey based on her experience so far as an undergraduate student, you can put it below in the comment section. Please do give this video thumbs up if you like. If you're not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button, and for more videos and content. And if you have any video idea that you would like to let me know, please do write it down in the comment section. But thank you so much for watching to the end. You are the real deal for watching to the end, and see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.